This is what happens when you have a cartoonish view of politics.
The Humanist Report came out against you. Kyle Kalinske just turned on you. AOC, did you see that video? Guess who else? Crystal Ball. Guess who else? Jimmy Dore. Guess who else? Medea Benjamin. Cornell. Everybody sees through you. Everybody sees through you. Except your fucking sycophant DSA dickheads in fucking Brooklyn. We see through you. Even my detractors see through you. That's right. Everybody sees through the squad now. And why, AOC? I'm telling they're pushing her out there because she's the most sympathetic. And so idiots can say, stop attacking her when she is standing between you and healthcare and protecting Nancy Pelosi and her career. Key organizing moments may look like random uprisings and viral internet moments to some, but they aren't. They are the results of years of targeting, organizing, and people's movements. This took 2 weeks. This took 2 weeks. This took 2 weeks. From someone who already went bankrupt from medical bills. It took 2 weeks. How long you been fucking working on this? I figured this out in 2 weeks, AOC. You liar, you coward, you gaslighter, you standing in the way of people in healthcare. You run on healthcare and then you deny it to us. You dangle it in front of your fucking constituents. And then when you get there, you don't lift a fucking finger. And I'm the problem? Fuck you. You already voted for the CARES Act. Fuck you. And fuck anybody who is protecting her. Fuck you.
Here we see the ego trip of a narcissist. So, F you, AOC. F you for voting for the CARES Act. She didn't vote for the CARES Act. F anybody who tries to defend her. So he says a bunch of YouTubers, Kyle Kalinske, Humanist Report, Crystal Ball from Rising, and he says, they all turned on you, AOC. You should be ashamed. If you disagree with Jimmy Dore at this point, the only thing you can really accept from him is that he thinks you are either dumb, a careerist, you don't care enough, or all of the above. So he thinks it's very simple to push Medicare for all through the House. AOC is the person preventing you from getting health care, and he disregards the entire movement that it took to get M4A to the point where it is right now. A couple years ago, the Justice Democrats were formed with the goal of taking over the Democratic Party. Green Party, third-party tactics have failed for far too long. It was time for entryism. It worked pretty well. Now, the goal always was to take over the party, right? Kyle Kalinske said explicitly in his video a couple years ago, we need to gain enough influence to take over the party, which is a good point. Where he falls off, though, where all of them fall off, is the idea that we are there right now. So they are pissed off at the 4 or 5, or I think it might be 7 or 8, Justice Democrats in the House. They are pissed off at them because these 8 people won't try to take over the entire party right now. Because for some reason, they think a bunch of freshmen and sophomore congressmen and women have the ability and political capital to flip a switch and shift the entire American political system. So walk into a room full of 400 people and big money and the media and every power that be, that's pushing these people down. Go into that room and demand change right now. Be principled, be moral, commit political suicide for the cause, because that'll help us in the end, right? Alright, so I need to ask, why do you put so much stake in individual politicians? Why do you see Bernie Sanders as a hero? Why do you see Tulsi as a hero? Why do you see AOC as a hero? Because you are claiming that people like me who are defending them see the politicians as heroes, but I don't. I understand politics is bigger than Washington. It's bigger than elected representatives. An inside-out strategy means we keep applying pressure from the outside and using these tactics to get into the party. The people who get inside the party then do what they can to institutionally change things to make it more conducive for progress when the outside force finally comes in full force, when there is immense pressure for something like Medicare for All. Right now, it's simply not there. There is not that much hard support for Medicare for All. Refer to my polling video. to talk about that topic. It's soft support in this country. People are not demanding it. It's not as simple as saying like, oh, we're in the middle of a pandemic. If it's not going to pass now, it's never going to pass. That's not what is the hard part of selling Medicare for all. Right now, the difficult part of selling Medicare for all, according to data, according to analysis and critical thinking, not only your emotion-based politics, the hardest part of selling Medicare for all right now is getting people who already have decent health care to agree Medicare for all is going to be better. If you have crappy private healthcare, like through the employer, or if you have no healthcare at all, you are likely to favor Medicare for all strongly. The debate right now is for people who already have healthcare. We need to convince more of them that Medicare for all will be a better system. This isn't going to be a thing that comes from force. Even if you personally are having issues with healthcare, that doesn't mean there are enough people in this country without privilege that want a system like this and will demand it forcefully. More Democrats prefer a public option. If you really want to go down to approval ratings, more Democrats prefer a public option. And there's so many topics on this. If you want to talk about this, message me. I'm not going to get into this argument again. I did like 4 videos on it, whatever.